They're fighting it. But they're deeply attached to you, my beloved child. Stop. This message found you for a reason. There is something hidden, something the universe has been quietly preparing to reveal to you at this exact moment. You may have felt a shift in your energy lately, a pull you couldn't explain, a presence lingering in your thoughts. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. The divine is opening your eyes to a truth that has been concealed beneath silence and hesitation. They're fighting it. But they're deeply attached to you, yes, even if they appear distant, even if their actions seem confusing, their soul recognizes yours in a way their mind cannot fully accept yet. There is something sacred between you, something written beyond logic, beyond time. The universe is asking you to see beyond the surface, to trust what you feel rather than what you see. Because what is hidden is often more real than what is shown. You are meant to hear this now because your heart is ready. The connection you carry is not one-sided, and the energy you've been sending has not been lost, it has been received, felt, and deeply held. What is unfolding is part of a greater divine plan, one that requires patience, faith, and inner knowing. So breathe, and trust this moment. You are not imagining it. You are being guided. If this message resonated with your soul, don't ignore it. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and stay with this video until the end, because what comes next may be exactly what your spirit has been waiting to hear. I also want to pass on a time-sensitive message from the moon to you, and you need to hear it today. A subtle yet powerful energy will push you to make a critical decision by the end of the week. You won't find the answer in your horoscope, so don't bother looking there. Click the link in the description to see your free personalized video moon reading. I was amazed at how accurate my reading was, and I know you will feel the same. I see you, even in the moments when you feel unseen. I hear the quiet thoughts you never speak aloud, the questions you carry in your heart, the emotions you try to bury beneath distraction and routine. Nothing about you is hidden from me. And there is something unfolding around you right now, something subtle, something powerful, that you must begin to understand. There is someone in your life, someone whose soul recognizes yours in ways their mind cannot yet accept. They are fighting it. Not because it is weak, but because it is strong, strong enough to shake the foundations they have built to protect themselves. You feel it, don't you? The tension, the distance that appears suddenly, the way their energy shifts as if they are pulling away, yet never fully leaving. This is not confusion without meaning. This is a soul wrestling with truth. I have placed a connection between you that does not follow ordinary logic. It does not obey timing, convenience, or expectation. It is deeper than what the surface reveals. And that depth, it frightens them. For they have known attachments that came with pain, with loss, with lessons they were not ready to face. So now, when something real appears, something that touches the core of their being, they resist it, believing resistance will protect them. But listen carefully, resistance does not erase what is written in the soul. They think distance will quiet what they feel. They believe that by distracting themselves, by focusing elsewhere, by convincing their mind of reasons why this should not be, they can silence the pull. Yet in the stillness of their private moments, when the world fades and there is no one to perform for, your presence returns to them. Not as a thought they choose, but as something that rises from within. This is why their behavior may seem inconsistent to you. One moment they are warm, drawn toward you, unable to hide the light in their eyes. The next, they retreat, becoming distant, guarded, uncertain. Do not mistake this as a lack of feeling. It is, in truth, the opposite. It is the evidence of something they do not yet know how to hold. You must understand something important. Not every soul is ready at the same time. While you may be open, aware, and willing to explore what this connection means, they are still navigating their own inner storms. They are questioning themselves, questioning you, questioning whether something so intense can truly be safe. They are measuring their past against their present, trying to predict a future they cannot fully see. And so they fight it. But even as they fight, they are deeply attached to you. This attachment is not shallow. It is not based on fleeting attraction or temporary curiosity. It is rooted in recognition. There is something about you that feels familiar to them, not in memory, but in essence. As if your presence echoes something they have always known but never fully understood. This is why they cannot completely walk away. Even when they try, something pulls them back. A thought. A memory. A feeling they cannot explain. They may not reach out. They may not speak. But within them, there is movement, a quiet return to you, again and again. You, however, must remain grounded. Do not allow their confusion to become your confusion. Do not let their distance convince you that you are unworthy or that this connection is an illusion. What you feel is real. But real does not always mean immediate. Real does not always mean easy. There is a purpose unfolding here, and it is not only about them, it is also about you. You are being asked to grow in patience, in self-trust, in understanding that your value does not depend on how someone else responds to you. You are being guided to stand firm in who you are, without chasing, without forcing, without diminishing yourself to make another person comfortable. Because what is meant to align with you will not require you to lose yourself. They are learning too, though their lessons are different. They are being shown that avoidance does not bring peace, that running from depth only leads back to it, that true connection cannot be replaced by surface-level distractions. Every time they try to ignore what they feel, it returns stronger, not to overwhelm them, but to awaken them. And awakening can be uncomfortable. There are moments when they feel the truth so clearly that it unsettles them. Moments when they almost reach out, almost speak, almost surrender to what is growing within them. But then fear rises, fear of vulnerability, fear of change, fear of stepping into something they cannot control. So they pause. They hesitate. They retreat again. This cycle is not meant to harm you, though it may feel painful at times. It is part of a process that neither of you fully control, but both of you are experiencing. And within this process, there is something sacred, the unfolding of awareness. You are not here to force their awakening. You are not here to convince them of what they feel. You are not here to carry the weight of their fears. You are here to remain true to yourself, to continue your path with clarity, strength, and trust that what is aligned will reveal itself in the right way, at the right time. Do not underestimate the power of your stillness. When you choose not to chase, not to beg for clarity, not to shrink yourself in response to their uncertainty, you create space. And in that space, truth becomes louder. Not through words, but through absence. Not through pressure, but through reflection. They begin to feel what it is like without your presence in the way they once had it. And in that realization, something shifts. Slowly, quietly, but undeniably. Because attachment does not fade through denial. It deepens through recognition. And they are moving closer to that recognition, even if it does not yet appear that way on the surface. Trust what you feel, but do not let it consume you. There is a difference between holding space for something meaningful and losing yourself in waiting. You are not meant to pause your life for someone else's journey. You are meant to continue growing, evolving, and becoming more of who you are meant to be. And as you do, everything that is truly aligned with you will either rise to meet you, or fall away. This connection, it is not random. But its outcome is not determined by feeling alone. It requires readiness. It requires courage. It requires both souls to step beyond fear and into truth. And that moment has not fully arrived yet. So be patient, not in silence filled with longing, but in strength filled with understanding. Know that what is unfolding is not chaos, even if it feels uncertain. There is order within it, purpose within it, meaning that is still revealing itself piece by piece. You are not being asked to wait endlessly. You are being asked to trust deeply. And there is a difference. For what is meant for you will not pass you by. It may take time. It may take growth. It may take moments of doubt and distance. But it will not disappear if it is truly part of your path. And this person, they are still in the process of understanding what you already feel. They are still learning what their soul has already begun to know. And though they fight it now, they cannot fight it forever. Because truth, when it is real, does not fade. It waits. It lingers. It calls, again and again, until it is finally heard. And so I tell you this, not to make you restless, but to awaken your awareness to what is truly happening beneath the surface of what you see. There are movements in the unseen that your eyes cannot yet perceive. Energies shifting, thoughts forming, realizations slowly taking shape within them. You may believe that nothing is changing, that everything is frozen in uncertainty, but I assure you, change is happening in silence. Just as the seed grows beneath the soil before it ever breaks through the earth, so too is this connection evolving in ways that are not immediately visible to you. They are thinking of you more often than you realize. Not always in ways they fully understand, and not always in ways they are ready to admit, but your presence crosses their mind in unexpected moments. In the middle of ordinary days, during quiet pauses, in fleeting seconds when something reminds them of you. They may shake it off, try to refocus, tell themselves it means nothing, but the feeling lingers longer each time. This is how truth begins to rise. Not all at once, not with clarity and certainty, but in fragments, small realizations that slowly connect until they can no longer be ignored. And with each passing day, the distance they try to create becomes harder to maintain, because what they feel does not weaken, it deepens. Yet you must not become consumed by watching them. Your path is not meant to revolve around their actions or inactions. If you fix your energy entirely on what they are doing, you will lose sight of what I am doing within you. And what is happening within you is just as important, if not more. You are being strengthened. You are learning how to stand in your own truth without needing constant reassurance. You are learning how to feel deeply without allowing those feelings to control your peace. You are learning the balance between connection and self-respect, between openness and boundaries. These lessons are not, they are necessary. Because if this connection is to become what it is meant to be, you must both meet each other from a place of wholeness, not need. From clarity, not confusion. From strength, not fear. And they are not there yet. They are still untangling themselves from old patterns, habits of thinking, reacting, and protecting themselves that were formed long before you entered their life. They have built walls not because they wish to shut you out, but because those walls once kept them safe. Now those same walls are becoming their prison. And they feel it. There is a growing discomfort within them, a sense that something is not right, that something is missing, that something they are avoiding continues to call them back. They may not name it as you. They may not consciously say, this is about that connection. But deep within, their soul recognizes the source. This is why they cannot fully detach. They may create space, they may go silent, they may act as if nothing is there, but something always pulls them back into awareness. A quiet thought. A sudden memory. An emotion that rises without warning. You. And still, you wonder, why don't they act? Because awareness and action are not the same. It takes courage to act on something that feels this deep. It requires them to step beyond everything they have known, everything they have told themselves, everything they believed was safe. And courage is not something that appears instantly, it is built, moment by moment, realization by realization. They are closer than they were before. Even if it does not look like it. Even if their actions still seem distant or unclear. Progress is not always visible from the outside. Sometimes it is happening entirely within. So I ask you to release the need to measure this connection by immediate results. Do not weigh its value based on how quickly it unfolds or how clearly it is expressed. Some of the most powerful connections take time to come into alignment, because they are not meant to be temporary. They are meant to transform. And transformation requires patience. But patience does not mean passivity. You are not here to simply wait and hope. You are here to live, to grow, to expand into everything you are meant to become. You are here to continue your journey, regardless of what they choose in each moment. This is where your power lies. Not in controlling the connection. Not in predicting their actions. But in remaining anchored in yourself. When you do this, something shifts, not only within you, but within the connection itself. Your energy becomes steady, clear, and strong. And that steadiness creates a contrast to their confusion. They begin to notice. Not always consciously, not always immediately, but they feel the difference. They feel that you are not chasing, not forcing, not losing yourself. And in that realization, something within them begins to question their own resistance. Because what they expected was pressure. What they expected was urgency. What they expected was something they could push away. But instead, they find something calm. Something grounded. Something that does not demand, yet does not disappear. And this unsettles them in a different way. Because now, they cannot blame fear on external pressure. Now, they must face what is within. This is where the real turning point begins, not in dramatic actions, not in sudden confessions, but in quiet internal shifts. The kind that happen when a person can no longer deny what they feel, even if they are not yet ready to express it. They are approaching that space. Slowly. Carefully. But undeniably. There will come moments when they feel the urge to reach out, stronger than before. Moments when the silence feels heavier, when the distance feels unnatural, when the absence of you becomes more noticeable than your presence ever was. And in those moments, they will hesitate. They will question. They will stand at the edge of a decision, whether to continue resisting, or to finally step forward. This is not a moment you can force. This is not a moment you can predict. This is a moment they must arrive at on their own. And they will. But you must remain centered. Do not let anticipation pull you out of your peace. Do not let the possibility of what could happen distract you from what is happening within you now. Stay present. Stay grounded. Stay aligned with your own path. Because everything that is meant to unfold will do so in alignment, not in chaos, not in desperation, not in imbalance. And when that moment comes, when they begin to move toward truth instead of away from it, you will feel the difference. It will not be uncertain. It will not be confusing. It will carry clarity, consistency, presence. But until then, trust the process that is unfolding. Trust the connection without losing yourself in it. Trust that what is real does not need to be forced. And above all, trust that I am guiding both of you, even when you cannot see the full path ahead. For nothing that is truly meant for you will require you to abandon yourself to receive it. And nothing that is written in truth can remain hidden forever. So remain steady. Remain open. Remain true to who you are. Because the story is not finished. The movement is not over. And what is being built between you is still finding its way into the light. And now, as you stand in this space between knowing and not yet seeing, I ask you to listen even more closely, not to the noise around you, not to assumptions or fears, but to the quiet truth within your own spirit. There is a reason you were able to recognize this connection in the first place. Not everyone would have felt it. Not everyone would have noticed the depth beneath the surface, the unspoken pull, the silent understanding that exists even in absence. You were able to feel it because your awareness is open in a way that allows truth to reach you before it becomes visible. But with that awareness comes responsibility. You must not misuse your ability to feel deeply by turning it into overthinking, into doubt, into questioning your own worth. What you sense is real, but it is not meant to trap you in uncertainty. It is meant to guide you toward a deeper understanding of yourself, of connection, of timing. You are not waiting for them. You are walking your path. And if their path aligns with yours, it will happen naturally, not through force, not through persuasion, not through silent suffering. Understand this clearly: attachment alone does not define destiny. There are many who feel deeply, yet are not ready to act with clarity. There are many who are drawn strongly, yet still choose fear over truth, for a time. Feeling is only the beginning. It is what one does with that feeling that shapes what comes next. And this is where your strength must remain unwavering. Do not confuse their attachment with commitment. Do not confuse their internal struggle with readiness. They are still in a space where they are learning, growing, and slowly awakening, but they have not yet reached the point where they can fully stand in what they feel without retreating. And you must not lower yourself to meet them in confusion. Instead, remain where you are, in clarity, in self-respect, in quiet confidence. Because when someone is truly ready, they do not approach you with hesitation that leaves you questioning your place. They come with intention. with presence, with a willingness to meet you where you stand, not pull you into uncertainty. This is the difference between potential and alignment. Right now, what exists is potential, strong, undeniable, meaningful, but still in the process of becoming something real in the physical world. And potential, no matter how powerful, is not something you can build your life upon. It must transform into action. It must take shape in reality. And until it does, you are meant to continue forward, not stand still. There will be moments when you feel the urge to check, to wonder, to look for signs in everything they do or do not do. This is natural, but you must not let it consume you. For when you begin to search for answers outside of yourself constantly, you disconnect from the guidance that is already within you. Return to yourself. Again and again. That is where your clarity lives. That is where your peace is restored. And that is where you will remember that no connection, no matter how deep, is meant to take away your sense of stability. What is truly meant for you will add to your life, not place you in a constant state of questioning. Now listen carefully, because this is important. They are not your responsibility to fix. You are not here to heal their fears, to break down their walls, or to prove to them that you are safe. Those are journeys they must take on their own. You may inspire, you may reflect, you may awaken something within them, but you cannot complete the process for them. If you try, you will exhaust yourself. If you try, you will lose your balance. And if you lose your balance, the connection itself will become distorted. So release the need to rescue. Release the need to accelerate what is not yet ready. Allow them to face themselves without interference. Because only then can what is real within them rise fully to the surface. And yes, there is something real within them. Something they cannot easily dismiss, no matter how much they try. Something that continues to return, even when they attempt to move in other directions. That is why this connection still exists in your awareness. That is why it has not simply faded away. But remember, presence in your life does not always mean permanence. Some connections come to teach. Some come to awaken. Some come to transform you into who you are meant to become, whether they stay or not. And this is why you must stay open, but not attached to a specific outcome. Do not decide for the future what has not yet been revealed. Do not hold so tightly to one possibility that you close yourself off to all others. Trust that what is aligned with your highest good will not require confusion to sustain itself. Clarity is a sign. Peace is a sign. Consistency is a sign. When those things are present, you will not have to question where you stand. Until then, observe without losing yourself. Feel without becoming overwhelmed. Care without abandoning your own needs. This is the balance you are learning now. And it is preparing you, not just for this connection, but for every meaningful connection that will enter your life. You are evolving into someone who can love without fear, who can connect without losing identity, who can remain open while still being deeply rooted in self-worth. This is no small transformation. And it is happening because you are being guided towards something greater than what you can currently see. So do not rush. Do not force. Do not assume that silence means absence, or that distance means the end. But also, do not assume that feeling guarantees arrival. Let everything reveal itself in time. There will come a moment, whether with this person or through another path, where everything becomes clear. Where you no longer need to interpret signs, no longer need to question intentions, no longer need to wonder where you stand. And when that moment arrives, it will feel different from what you are experiencing now. It will feel steady. It will feel mutual. It will feel at peace. Until then, remain patient, but not passive. Strong, but not closed. Open, but not dependent. Trusting, but not blind. And above all, remember this: you are not being led into confusion. You are being led through a process that is teaching you how to recognize truth without losing yourself in the process of waiting for it. This is your growth. This is your preparation. This is your becoming. And as for them, their journey continues as well. They are moving, even when it seems like they are standing still. They are learning, even when they appear unaware. They are being drawn closer to understanding, even if they have not yet reached it. And when they do, they will face a choice: to continue resisting what they feel, or to finally step into it with honesty and courage. That choice will define their path. But your path is already unfolding. So walk it with confidence. Walk it with peace. Walk it knowing that you are never alone, never unseen, never without guidance. For I am with you in every step, in every moment, in every quiet realization that brings you closer to truth. And everything that is meant to find you, will. Not by force. Not by chance. But by alignment. And when it arrives, it will not leave you questioning. It will feel like clarity. It will feel like peace. It will feel like home. Amen.